everybody, what is up? It is Berlin. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Berlin. If you're not new, hi, welcome back to another Sunday night tea video for you. So there's quite a lot to get into. First thing that I want to get into is Alexis Stone has been popping off on IG stories. Now this is really kind of unusual. This is not something that we normally see from Alexis Stone anymore, but Alexis has been popping off about her previous relationship and all of this on IG stories, and I was like, wow, okay. Now I did kind of wonder what happened to the guy that we saw Alexis with on her IG stories and everything like that. I did wonder, but now Alexis has actually addressed it. So Alexis was on IG and she'd put up the ask me a question box thing so that fans and followers could, you know, ask any kind of burning questions that they've got for Alexis. And people started asking about Alexis' makeup brand, Sensorium. And then there was stuff that started coming up about the guy that used to be on Alexis' IG stories, who kind of appeared to be Alexis' boyfriend, so Alexis' ex-boyfriend. And Alexis got into a whole entire rant about it, and it was quite long-winded, but I'm going to pop it in here for you so you guys can catch up on all of the tea. Now, I don't normally like talking about people's love lives. You know, I think when it comes to people's relationships and their kind of really private things like that, I don't like talking about it and, you know, giving my opinion on it and stuff, unless it's somebody like Trisha Paytas and Moses, where they're both on YouTube, they're both very public and it's in your face. Something like where it's somebody like Alexis Stone and the person that they've been dating is not in the public eye, you know, like Jeffree Star with Nathan, you know, his ex. I didn't really think that Nathan was in the public eye, but Nathan was in YouTube videos and things, unlike Alexis Stone's ex, who wasn't in like YouTube videos and stuff with her. So I think it's kind of a little bit too personal to sort of speak about somebody else's relationship. But I'm going to put the clips of Alexis talking in here for you so you guys can see what the tea is, what happened with Alexis and the guy that she was dating, the guy that was her boyfriend.
So we have a brand new product coming out over the next few weeks. Do you know what? It's hard to tell. I love cosmetic beauty. I was going to say cosmetic surgery. But great question. A conversation I had today with Alexa in regards to Blonderage. Long story short, clubs in England don't have enough money. After COVID, even the Rue girls are sort of working at reduced rates now, so it's just going to have to wait until it's all appropriate. It's not that it's not going to happen, it's just going to have to wait. I'm also leaving the country this week, and then I'm going back to the States in a couple of weeks. So with work scheduling and then also just the basic sort of UK club setup, it's just going to have to wait until it is meant to be. And being 100% transparent, in an ideal situation, I would rather not be doing the whole sort of club situation. It's something I closed a long time ago, and I've been very quickly reminded why I left, because they only pay you a couple of $100. No one talks about this. Canal Street girls get paid £80. If you're good, maybe £150. If you're on RuPaul's Drag Race, maybe £1,000, £2,000. For me, it's always been a lot more lucrative to just do brand content and my own brand. Now, it's not like that everywhere in the world. In the US, they look after the girls, they understand the artistry, and they understand that it's expensive. Good drag's expensive, shall I say. So I'll do it in the UK when it's meant to be, girl. I've obviously opened Pandora's box, so I'm just going to get it off my tits now, because I actually have been thinking about it over the last few days, and I think it would do me the world of good, at least me, just to voice something. I'm a very private person. I don't talk about a lot of things in my life. One of the biggest ones being romance. Liam, who you guys are used to seeing because he's been all over my social media over the last 3 years. We're not in each other's lives anymore. We were best friends for 3 years. Things became romantic. And then shortly after Paris, we sort of went in our different directions. It's always been really hard for me mentally and emotionally to go from being best friends with someone where you talk to them every single day, the first person you speak to in the morning to the last person you speak to at night, to like, that's it, nothing. You walk past them in town and they act like you're dead. I've always found it really hard, and as a 28-year-old, I obviously find things like that a little bit more peculiar, so I gave him a call, or I dropped him a message being like, cool. And look, I'm a very personal person. I don't like to talk about my private life online. It's almost been 6 years since my boyfriend Philip committed suicide this month, and I'm like very sensitive. Whenever I date anyone or I bring them into my life in a romantic capacity, I have these conversations with them and I say to them how important it is that no matter what happens, I'd love to be able to still be there for them. When you go from like laughing every day and everything in between to just like that, I've always found it really rough to process. I don't have a huge array of friendship circles. I have an estranged family. It's kind of like me and the mannequins, which I joke about, but no, I think I was obviously up in my emotions over the last few days. And this is like what happens. It's a part of being human. Sometimes it's really important. I mean, I go through this at months on an end, and then something comes through and it reminds me that this is just a part of being an artist in life. And sometimes you have quieter months in terms of creativity, and then sometimes you watch a film at 2 a.m. and you want to jump out of bed. Okay, we're just going to have a conversation about romance and dating, because I never get to have these conversations, and there's a lot that I want to say actually. And now that I've sort of like cracked the seal, I'm like, I'm going to enjoy this free therapy. Dating in a position of being well known in the gay world is difficult. Dating, having had plastic surgery, is difficult. Dating, being sober, is also difficult. Dating whilst being on the fucking autistic spectrum is also incredibly difficult. I've struggled over the last few years, and it's come with lots of ups and downs. And the older I get, obviously, the more I have learned to understand certain things and remove myself from platforms that maybe do not agree with my sort of wavelength. One of them being social media, which is why I've taken a big step back from everything. Not only am I working on big projects that do consume a lot of my time, energy, and money, but I've sort of rolled with the punches recently. I've had lots of people come into my life for short periods of time, and I've had a lot of people, like family. As you can imagine, it all adds up, and I live a very lonely and secluded life in terms of my circle. Yes, I travel the world, and I have friends all over the world, and I have boyfriends in different cities, but it can obviously be a huge strain. And a majority of the time, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I have a great, incredible management who I am super excited to be growing with. And whilst there are lots of things on paper that I do count my blessings, and I'm working with people that I never thought in a million years I would, doing this whole sort of navigating your way through adulthood is difficult. Romance for me has always been a crutch. I think I grew up in a broken family, so I was always sort of like more attracted to creating a new structure. And for me, as a young gay guy, back when I was a teenager, I threw myself in being codependent. Now, I'm obviously a very independent adult now. Look, dating is exhausting for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're a Greek god. It doesn't mean if you're successful, if you're money. It's exhausting, okay? People are exhausting, okay? We're always making ourselves question whether we're crazy or if everyone else is crazy. We often find ourselves in situations where we feel that we are having to dumb ourselves down just to fit in and be accepted, whether it's friendship circles, whether it's a town, or whether it's romantic. Because we would rather crave that physical touch and affirmation of being with someone else. It's what humans do, okay? Not all of us thrive and flourish on our own. I would like to think that regardless of what my romances have been, I am doing okay on my own. There are, of course, times that we all crave and wish that someone else was to join us on the journey. The last time I was romantic with someone, I kind of felt like that was the direction it was. I spent a lot of time with them. It was a very blurred line in my head. Not really understanding. Meeting people is very difficult and very weird in 2022. Social media is at the forefront of dating. Whether you're on Tinder, whether you're on Grindr, whether you're at the bar, it's, hey, do you have Instagram? Sure, you show them the Instagram account, and it's like, what are you meant to do? What are you meant to do? It's like a double-edged sword. So, that's an obstacle. That's a conversation for another time. Experience. different backstories, different life experiences, to be just like tossed aside. I always go through two mindsets when I do these fucking runs. One of them's like, I want to drag them. How dare they fucking disrespect me and walk past me in the thousands of pounds worth of designer gifts I gave them after flying them around the world and giving them the biggest opportunities of their life, to be just like tossed aside. It's fucking upsetting. It's annoying. It makes me so angry. I think, God, coming from someone that was meant to be my best friend. But then I'm like, it's 2022. I need to remind myself. And I'm like, I got a good heart, and no one's gonna be able to take that away from me. We make mistakes. Dating is all about finding someone you're compatible with, and it happens with people as well. You meet people with different backstories, different life experiences, that need different things and expect different things, and sometimes people come out of it feeling some kind of way and sometimes hurt, but you just got to pick yourself up. Before I log off, look, very humble beginnings my end. I grew up in a council estate in the 90s, in a broken family. I find myself in such compromising situations with people and in life in general. A couple of months ago, I was in LA. Then I was in Paris next to Kim Kardashian. Now I'm back in Manchester with pseudocreme on my face, running downstairs to Co-op, or doing a lap around the fucking village. I don't know what I'm doing half the time, okay? And I'm always going to have a big heart and a generous lifestyle in which I want to have people come into my life. The lesson that I have to learn is maybe just be a little bit more protective of my peace, because every time I leave a situation, a friendship, a working relationship, anything, I just always feel like I'm shut on. And I know I'm not the only one that feels like that. When you have a big heart and you sometimes feel like it's your head that maybe complicates things somewhat, and that is a part of being on the autistic spectrum. And I'm just trying to get to a place of my life now of peace where I don't have to hurt my... I'm gonna go back to my complicated little private life, okay, and keep things behind closed doors. I don't do this often. It's been really nice just getting this off my chest. I feel like a huge weight off my shoulders. Hundreds of people are replying to my stories now saying thanks and preach. I don't want to get emotional. I'm just drained, okay? I'm tired. I'm tired of letting people into my life who I really believe are rooting for me, and then given the opportunity bounce, and they spin a narrative that fits their ideas more than yours. There's only so many times you can deal with it. So I'm just taking some time and working on me. There are a few very, very, very big projects coming out. Continued relationships with brands you have seen me recently work with, growing, and I'm super excited. But I am fucking navigating my way through this catastrophe of a shit show.
And you know what? After all that said from Alexis, I was like, okay, so I'm going to make a video, talk about this a little bit. But then I saw Jeffree Star's ex, Nathan, actually also popped up on Instagram, posted a photo, and he's put a caption underneath. I think it might be from a song, but I'm not sure. I really don't know. But he's put a caption underneath that says something like, oh, you know, why play the role if you're not going to, you know, win the title or hold the title? And I was like, sneaky snake behaviour. Sneaky snake behaviour, because why play the role if you're not going to hold the title? I mean, you could look at that, right, and say, oh, he's probably directing that at Jeffree Star, because the last time Nathan popped up on Instagram doing this kind of thing, people said that he was having a dig, taking a pop at Jeffree Star, because people have said before that they think that Nathan was gay for pay. You know, they think that Nathan was gay for pay, that he was like a boyfriend for show for Jeffree. Like they thought this Andre Marhold guy was, that Jeffree was with. For some reason, I don't know why, people love to speculate about like Jeffree Star's love life, Alexis Stone's love life. I don't know. I mean, I really wouldn't like to be in a position where people really cared that much about my love life. But people do. I don't know why. For some reason, people are interested in Jeffree Star's ex and Jeffree Star's love life. So Nathan popped up on IG with this picture that's got the caption, like I said, you know, why play the role if you don't hold the title? And I was like, Nathan, here you are again, Nathan, because this is like, once, okay, you can say it's a slip up, it's like a subtweet, or it's, you know what I mean. But Nathan has done this now. I think this is the 3rd or 4th time recently that Nathan has done this. And then Nathan turns around and complains when drama channels like Rich Lux or myself or whoever makes a video about it and talks about it, because he's kind of taking subtle digs at Jeffree Star. He's being shady, like kind of under the radar, being shady, and then he complains when people talk about that in their videos. And it's like, well, don't put shady public digs out there if you don't want people to talk about it in videos then on the internet. You know, if you put stuff out there publicly on the internet, people are going to talk about it. And I feel like, Nathan, come on, this is what, like 4th time now recently that this has happened, where he's put like a little kind of shady dig towards Jeffree in a caption under a picture on his IG. This is like seriously the 4th time that he's done this recently. So now I'm like, okay, what is it about Nathan that he can't seem to sort of let this go? You know, because he's been with his girl for, you know, however long now, yet he still comes back to IG with these little captions that are like little digs at Jeffree Star. Like before he put up minusing you was a plus, now this time it's why play the role if you're not going to hold the title. Like, I'm telling you, it's all like kind of cryptic digs at Jeffree Star. It's like, okay, Nathan, you had your moment with Jeffree, you know, you moved on, you got a new girlfriend. Jeffree's been living the single Pringle life out in Wyoming with all of his millions of yaks. Fine, you know, it looks lovely, honestly. It looks really, really lovely out there on the ranch with all the yaks. I'm like, sometimes I just look at it and I think, oh, well, that looks really peaceful and nice and chill, you know. But Nathan keeps popping up. He keeps popping up, keeps making people aware that he's still here. And it's like, Nathan, if you want to get some kind of notoriety, if you want to get noticed, you got to do your own thing. You got to really kind of, you know, find something to do. Because Nathan did drop like a line of hoodies before, like his kind of own merchandise, I guess, or what was looking like the beginnings of a skate clothing brand or something. He dropped a little line of like hoodies and t-shirts, I think. Like, why not do something like that again? You know, if you want notoriety, start your skate brand, you know, if that's what you want to do. Because Nathan's into like all the skateboarding and stuff. If you don't just want to be known as being Jeffree Star's ex, start your brand, you know, do something. You know, people were saying that Nathan has got the house in Michigan, but that like Jeffree is kind of still in control. I don't know. Now, I don't know what you guys think about that, but let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, I'm going to take care, stay safe, stay well. I love you guys so much. Thank you for taking the time to watch my little video. Let me know what you think about all the drama with Alexis Stone popping off on IG, and also Nathan, Jeffree Star's ex, popping up on social media again just to shade him. Love you guys, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.